School Orientation. I look forward to getting to know all of you and having the opportunity to work with you today. The student orientation includes a series of activities and information to help you successfully transition into veterinary school, such as what courses high school and college students need to take to prepare for a career in veterinary medicine. Veterinary medicine is the application of medical, diagnostic, and therapeutic principles to companion, domestic, exotic, wildlife, and production animals. I've compiled some questions that will help me get to know all of you better. How many of you have owned or do own a pet? All right, how many of you have lost a pet recently? And how many of you have a powerful bond between you and your pet? And lastly, how many of you have ever considered being a veterinarian? Now, veterinarians don't just help house pets, they help all kinds of animals around the world. Veterinarians are very important for several reasons. First off, they help to protect animal health by taking health histories of animals, performing and interpreting tests, diagnosing problems, prescribing medications, developing treatment plans, and performing surgeries. Second, veterinarians help protect human health. One of the many ways veterinarians do this is by vaccinating animals for rabies, because dogs, cats, horses, and cattle can be infected with rabies. Once a rabies infection is established, there is no effective treatment. Though a small number of people have survived rabies, rabies can cause 24,000 to 60,000 deaths per year worldwide. There are many tools that veterinarians use to perform these surgeries and to prescribe medications. In veterinary school, you'll learn what these tools can do, and you'll get to perform and practice different situations using these tools. Now we are going to play a trivia game. I'm going to test your current knowledge on how many tools you can identify. Just try your best. It's pretty simple. Hold up the correct flashcard that I gave every one of you for the correct question. Can anybody tell me what that tool is? Right. Whoever held up the card that says towel clamp on it is correct. A towel clamp is used for fixing drapes of the skin of unresponsive patients. It also makes sure that the draping skin stays in the correct position. The instrument has scissor actions with ratchet fixations at the finger loops and sharp and curving needle-like blades. Can anyone tell me what that tool is? Whoever held up the card that says retractor on it is correct. A retractor is a surgical instrument with which a surgeon can either actively separate the edges of a surgical incision or wound, or can hold back underlying organs and tissue so that the body parts under the incision may be assessed. You're allowed to use the same card twice. So just make that clear. Alright, can anyone tell me what that tool is? Whoever held up the card that says roticulator on it is correct. A roticulator is useful for special techniques, such as applying sealing tissue to a nearly 90-degree angle. By facilitating a high level of surgical dexterity, precision, and control, roticulator instruments provide the same angle of approach to the target tissue through a single axis point, as compared to the traditional hand instruments used in multi-port laparoscopic surgery. Anyone tell me what that tool is? Whoever held up the card that says emasculotome on it is correct. An emasculotome is an instrument for bloodless castration of cattle or sheep. It works on the principles of crushing the spermatic cord without breaking the skin of the neck or the scrotum. They also prevent primary and secondary hemorrhage. This is called a double crush emasculator, and the reason for this is that it has multiple crushing actions on the spermatic cord and artery, making it bloodless. Alright, this one's really easy. You want to tell me what that tool is?
Wait,
Whoever held up the card that says suction tube on it is correct. A suction tube is an instrument used to remove large quantities of fluid from surgical sites during procedures. It is often used during abdominal procedures. You want to tell me what that one is?
this one's hard.
Whoever held up the card that says syringe on it is correct. A syringe is a medical device that is used to inject fluid into or withdraw fluid from the body. A medical syringe consists of a needle attached to a hollow cylinder that is fitted with a sliding plunger. The liquid is dispensed out through the needle when the plunger handle is pushed back down. The term hypodermic syringe comes from the Greek word hypo, which means under, and derma, which means skin. You want to tell me what those two are? Okay. Whoever held up the card that says scalpels on it is correct. Scalpels are an important tool for performing surgical approaches and tissue dissections. However, if used incorrectly, scalpels pose a danger to both the patient and the surgical team. Scalpels may be single-use, disposable, or reusable. Reusable scalpels can have permanently attached blades that can be sharpened, or more commonly, removable single-use blades. Anyone tell me what that is?
That's a scope.
That works. Alright, whoever held up the card that says stethoscope on it is correct. A stethoscope is an instrument used by doctors and other health professionals to listen to body sounds. It's mainly designed to listen to the lungs and the heart, although it can be used to listen to the bowels, which is part of the alimentary canal below the stomach, and blood flow in other parts of the body. Anyone tell me what that is? Whoever held up the card that says tweezers on it is correct. Tweezers are small tools used for picking up objects too small to be easily handled with human hands. Anyone tell me what that is? Whoever held up the card that says castrating tool on it is correct. The castrating tool helps reduce blood loss and hemorrhage through the severe cord. The brushed stainless steel tool uses a twisting action to effectively close the severed cord. This is a stainless steel used primarily for animals that have minimal blood loss due to crushed blood vessels. This usually happens after an animal has a cut. The main importance of this veterinary instrument is to reduce the trauma to the animal caused by blood loss. Alright, now we're going to talk about the courses and classes you have to take in high school to become a veterinarian. Now, if you have a passion to work with animals, you'll have to prepare early, and by that standard, you'll have to start preparing in high school. Most high school students have one goal in mind, receiving their diploma. But if you want to pursue a health career, simply meeting graduation requirements may not be enough. You need a well-built knowledge of math, science, and English to qualify for most health care training programs. Whether you have a desire of becoming a surgeon, a veterinary assistant, an occupational therapist, or hospital administrator, your career preparation begins in high school. Healthcare career training programs at both community colleges and four-year universities expect you to meet certain academic requirements. For almost all health careers, experts recommend that high school students complete 2 to 4 years of math, including geometry and algebra 2, 2 to 4 years of science, including biology, chemistry, and physics, 4 years of English, and 1 to 2 years of computer science. Unfortunately, most states do not require high school students to take enough math or English. Some other things that are very important to do to prepare for this career is to earn the best grades you can, volunteer at hospitals or shelters, do projects related to your desired career, and participate in some pre-health enrichment programs. All of those things will affect what college you get into and whether or not you'll get accepted into your desired college. Over the summer, I volunteered at the Longmont Humane Society, and I got to play with dogs, feed them, clean up after them, and make sure they had everything they needed to be satisfied. I also watched some different surgeries and took a class on the different types of surgeries. I used the hours I volunteered as my 10 required hours for this year of SOAR. In addition to graduating with a high GPA, the student must also take veterinary college admission test, otherwise known as the VCAT. This comprehensive multiple choice exam is designed to determine the student's academic and practical qualifications for veterinary college. Students intending to take the VCAT should ensure they are well rested and prepared for the test due to its importance in becoming accepted into a veterinary college. Finally, you should consider applying to multiple veterinary colleges. Due to the nature of the admissions process, less than half of the applicants will be accepted. And by applying to multiple schools, you can ensure that you'll get into a good college. If you don't get into your desired college, then you might want to reconsider taking the VCAT, especially if your scores need to be improved, because that's one of the major things colleges look for on your application. Now for college. Before entering a veterinary college, most candidates attend a university or college in order to obtain a bachelor's degree. Veterinary school requires that the student have completed a large number of college science and math courses. So most individuals seek a bachelor's degree that is related to their veterinary goals. Common degrees that can assist in becoming a veterinarian include degrees in biology, zoology, biochemistry, chemistry, and math. As well as with high school, it is vitally important that the student work to maintain a very high college GPA in order to maximize his or her chance of being admitted into a veterinary program. The student should ensure that his or her college is reliable. Veterinary college admissions department often discount diplomas that have been conferred by non-accredited institutions. In the United States, most colleges are accredited by a variety of private agencies, as many college programs are also individually accredited. While the government does not directly accredit schools, legitimate accreditation agencies are recognized by the United States Department of Education, or the USDE. And the science prerequisites, or requirements for graduation, include general biology, biological sciences, physics, general chemistry, organic chemistry, biochemistry, and genetics. And the other general education requirements for graduation include math, physiology, statistics, English, public speaking, and humanities and social sciences. I know it's a lot of information to take in, but we're almost done. Now that the course is almost over, we have to close out with the veterinarian's oath. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. Being admitted to the profession of veterinary medicine.
Being admitted to the profession of veterinary medicine.
I state your name.
I state your name.
You're supposed to say your name.
Solemnly swear to use my scientific knowledge and skills.
Solemnly swear to use my scientific knowledge and skills
for the benefit of society through the protection of animal health.
for the benefit of society through the protection of animal health,
The relief of animal suffering.
the relief of animal suffering,
The conservation of livestock.
the conservation of livestock,
The promotion of public health.
the promotion of public health,
And the advancement of medical knowledge.
and the advancement of medical knowledge.
I will practice my profession consensuously,
I will practice my profession conscientiously,
with dignity,
with dignity,
and in keeping with the principles of veterinary medical ethics.
and in keeping with the principles of veterinary medical ethics.
I accept as a lifelong obligation the continual improvement
I accept as a lifelong obligation the continual improvement
of my professional knowledge and competence.
of my professional knowledge and competence.
And now, lastly, since you were all great participating in my Test Your Knowledge game and being so welcoming, all of you will get a treat. Thank you, and see you guys at our next orientation.